Filed lawsuit accuses Tyler Perry of an actor on one of the filmmaker's shows. Actor Derek Dixon has sued Perry for $260 million.
Actor and filmmaker Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over harassment.
When Tyler Perry went out to clubs and partied with friends and went and participated in the gay lifestyle like everybody else, Tyler Perry's probably been gay since he was a little kid.
What if I told you one of Hollywood's most powerful moguls was sitting on a ticking time bomb? A $260 million lawsuit, explosive allegations, and now 50 Cent's calling him out. Hard. Tyler Perry's empire might be built on faith and family, but this scandal, it's anything but. Let's unpack the chaos. Actor Derek Dixon just dropped a lawsuit on Tyler Perry that could blow his empire sky high. We're talking $260 million in damages, all tied to claims of harassment, manipulation, and career sabotage. Dixon says Perry groomed him with acting gigs, promises of producing his pilot, even friendship.
Tyler Perry has been hit with a huge sexual assault lawsuit from an actor by the name of Derek Dixon. Now, according to TMZ, Derek is suing Tyler Perry for $260 million, and he's suing for quid pro quo and workplace sexual harassment and sexual assault and battery. Now, Derek claims that Tyler asked for his number back in 2019, and he ended up giving him a small role in a show called Ruthless. Now, in 2020, TP allegedly invited Dixon to his house in Atlanta. Now, Dixon claims he got drunk and slept in TP's guest room, where at some point, TP got into the bed and rubbed on his thigh, but he rejected the alleged advance, but TP still gave him a role in the Oval.
Until Dixon rejected his alleged advances. Then everything changed. He says the roles dried up, his mental health tanked, and the character he played on Perry's show killed off with 4 bullets to the chest. Coincidence? Dixon doesn't think so. You know, when 50 Cent speaks, Hollywood listens. And this time, he's not holding back. Posting memes, throwing shade, dropping AI-edited images with captions like, "Did that bit just say what?" Then warning Perry, "Don't worry about that lawsuit. Worry about this ninja here." He's talking about Cat Williams, y'all. 50's message, he's watching, and Perry better be nervous. This isn't even the first time 50's fired shots at Perry. Earlier this year, he defended him.
Atlanta, I went to go see Tyler, right?
Right.
This nigga layout, he's probably, not probably, he's about 10 years ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Facts. And then you going, from there, like at this point, like I'm sitting there talking, he's like, nigga, that shit you got is crazy. Because he said, like we was talking about the Power Series and stuff like that, he said, been number one in African American and Latino households for 10 years. Right? But he's going, how much you paying for that? I said, man, I'm paying a lot for this shit. Like, the money that is being put into it to make it that, because it's premium, it's super high quality. His model though is like, it's it. I'm not going to lower the quality of the material that I'm producing, but I got to get into his deal structure. The way he's doing, and it's actually, now I'm moving into actually being able to provide production services and stuff like that. But if it's not at my studio, I want it at Tyler's.
Right, okay.
Now, he's done playing nice. Hollywood's shifting, and Tyler Perry's public image, it's cracking. Artists are coming forward. Monique was just the beginning. Now Dixon's lawsuit is pulling back the curtain on what some say is a darker side of Perry's empire. The court docs are wild. Dixon says Perry assaulted him multiple times, once in his trailer, once in the Bahamas, again at his Atlanta home. Afterwards, Dixon spiraled into anxiety, PTSD, depression. He says fixers tried to silence him with cash and fake promises, offers to buy his pilot show, losing it. But when he finally said no and walked away, he lost nearly $400,000 in future income.
Now, Derek also alleges that Tyler continued to text him, revealing he allegedly liked sex with men and asked about his sexual preferences. He claims he feared that his career would suffer if he complained. Now, Derek says that TP invited him over again in late 2020, and TP once again became sexual and allegedly asked if he likes it rough in bed, and by then grabbed him by the throat. He claims TP said, "Look how excited you just got." Now, of course, Tyler Perry's attorney Matthew Boyd released a statement saying this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident that these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. And you see how I piped it up and got my voice? Because I believe the attorney.
Now he's fighting back in court. Here's where it gets even crazier. Word on the street, Tyler Perry and Diddy aren't just Hollywood peers. They might be business partners. In secrets. From parties to private deals, insiders say Perry may have helped organize Diddy's infamous events. Some even claim Perry was a handler, sourcing talent for parties we now know were far from innocent. And just when the heat turns up, Perry pops up in a human trafficking PSA. Talk about timing. Let's not act surprised. 50's been warning us. Remember when he posted Diddy's sons getting cuffed outside his mansion? Or that viral pic of Diddy and Rick Ross that had everyone talking? Or how he kept posting shady captions like, they don't come like this unless they got a case. 50 knows what he's doing. And if he's turning his focus to Tyler Perry now, it's surgical. Hollywood has always been a master of illusion. Glitz, glamour, red carpets. But behind those velvet ropes, something darker has been festering. And now, the mask is slipping. Tyler Perry's name is no longer just tied to Medea or Sunday afternoon reruns. It's now floating in the same whispered conversations as Diddy. Secret parties, backdoor deals, alleged cover-ups. Let's not pretend this is brand new. People have been whispering about what really goes down in the industry for years, but nobody wanted to listen. Now that lawsuits are flying and NDAs are cracking open like cheap champagne bottles, it's getting harder to look away.
I will say it does sound a little, embellished maybe. It's a lot of holes in the story, so I could see where maybe it was a setup. I mean, I don't know. I love Tyler Perry, so I really hope it's not true,
Yeah, same. And the thing is, there's so much bearing of false accusations out there in the world, right? And I know sometimes there's a paycheck at the end of it, and sometimes maybe people do it out of spite because they didn't get something that they wanted or they felt like they got looked over. But what people sometimes fail to realize is when you make wild pitch allegations like this, sometimes people don't hear about the retraction or the fact that it turns out this is fraudulent. They just remember these moments, man.
It's one of those things where, HK, I think you said it best a few episodes ago, where it's okay until it's not.
Yeah.
Right? And so that'll be the thing that I think will be interesting about this is, first off, that number is way too high. So what he's asking for, he's suing for that much money because he's hoping for a settlement of 10% of that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the move that you're trying to make legally. But then the next thing is...
Think about it. Tyler Perry, the man who built his brand on God, healing, and family values. Now caught in a web of scandal involving power plays, alleged assault, and manipulation. The same studios that once applauded him are starting to go quiet. And the timing? It's too perfect. Diddy gets raided, more victims come forward, and suddenly, Perry is on edge, making PSAs about human trafficking. People are starting to ask, is that a coincidence? Or is it damage control? Hollywood's shiny surface is cracking. And the rot underneath is starting to leak. We've entered a new era where silence doesn't equal safety. Where being rich and famous no longer guarantees protection. Where the ones once called untouchable are finally being held to the fire. And if Tyler Perry really has secrets buried beneath that billion-dollar studio, they won't stay hidden forever, because once one mask falls, the rest start to crumble. Let's talk about the woman Hollywood tried to erase. Monique. Yeah, the Oscar-winning powerhouse who went from standing ovations to complete silence. 1 minute, she was the darling of the industry. The next, she was blackballed. For what? Speaking her truth, she didn't play the game. She didn't kiss the ring. She didn't bow to Tyler Perry, Oprah, or Lee Daniels. And they made her pay. For 13 years, Monique couldn't get a real role. 13. And you're telling me that was just coincidence? Tyler Perry said he never told anyone not to work with her. But let's be honest. When you're Tyler Perry and you say nothing while a black woman's career burns in silence, that's not neutral. That's complicity. And 50 Cent. He saw the game for what it was. He straight up asked, why is Monique canceled? She didn't hurt anyone. She didn't steal. She just stood her ground. And in Hollywood, that's the deadliest sin. So what did 50 do? He took matters into his own hands. No waiting for fake apologies, no boardroom deals. He announced, loud and proud, "I'm bringing Monique back. I don't miss."
Why would you cancel things that are great for the culture?
Right.
Like, I mean, like, I was like, cancel, like, Monique, why is she canceled?
Mm-hmm.
I had to revisit that because it was like, it didn't make sense to me, babe. I'm like, so what did she do? She said something you didn't like? Like, so she didn't work for 13 years after that?
Right.
And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her.
Tyler Perry?
Yeah. When I talked to him, he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
And just like that, she was back on the screen. See, 50 isn't just calling out the fakes, he's rebuilding what they tried to destroy. While Tyler Perry was cozying up to gatekeepers, 50 was handing keys to those locked out. While Perry kept Monique in the shadows, 50 put her back in the spotlight. That move wasn't just about redemption, it was a message. To every actor silenced, every voice shut down, every black artist forced to play along or get left behind. You are not alone. And the system, it's starting to crack. This isn't just about lawsuits or memes. This is about power, about the gatekeepers in Black Hollywood, and how 50 Cent is tearing down the curtain. Tyler Perry might have built an empire, but now he's standing on shaky ground. And 50, he's not letting up. So what do you think? Will Perry speak up? Or will 50's next post send everything crashing down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.